Welcome to Grandparents Teach Too, Learning Through the Seasons. Are you one of the 37% of grandparents taking care of young children 3 or more times a week? I am. I'm Iris Caters, and I've got some ideas to help you when you are working and playing with grandchildren and you need some things to do. One thing you can do is to play bubbles, not outside, on the kitchen counter. Let me show you how. All you need is straw, some dish detergent, and I tend to use Dawn, seems to make the best bubbles, some water in a container, and because we're going to do a lot of talking and sneak in some math and science, you also need a tape measure or a ruler. Did you know that children need 3 million words of conversation before they enter school? And when you do that, they end up with a 20,000 word vocabulary rather than just 3,000 words. Let's get to bubbles. This is what you do. First of all, you need to make a puddle on your counter and then put about 3 or 4 drops of the dish detergent. Then you're going to stir it up. Before you do that, explain to children that soap has hooks on the end of the molecule, and with those hooks they trap air and they trap dirt, and that's how things get clean. So what you do is you help them make a claw, kind of like this, and then you're going to stir around. Oh, I need a little more soap. There we go. Now, if the soap would get too white, that would mean that you need to start over or make some, add some more water or start over, as I said. But what you can do now, I have it just about right. Take a straw, and children the first time will tend to suck it in, no matter what age they are. You have to remind them to blow, and blow very gently. So pick a bubble, doesn't matter which one, it can be a small one or a big one, and then blow gently. Now, if you need to take a breath, just show them to either put their tongue on the straw or put their finger, and then they can keep on blowing. Now, the largest that I ever experienced, whoop, there it goes, was with a 5th grader who made one 17 inches in diameter. But this big is just fine. And remember to encourage and to praise. What you want to do then is to show them how to measure the diameter and use those terms. You can take a ruler and show them inches or centimeters, depending upon which ones you use, and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are inches, and we're going to show you how big your bubble is so we can maybe write down and keep track of how big your bubbles are. So this one was about 6.5, which is my usual amount, but children always beat me. But if you start a bubble, like, let me try one more. When they get really good, children can also push a bubble inside and make a bubble within a bubble. I'm not always successful with that, but children really are. Also, point out if it's a sunny day or there's light in the room that there are green and red spots, and the red spots are the thinnest part of the skin, and that is where the air is going to rush out because it's very thin and it's the weakest part of the bubble. So they can keep on making a whole bunch of bubbles, make one giant bubble, whatever they'd like to do. They can also, especially the younger ones, maybe 2-year-olds, besides liking to pop their brother and sister's bubbles, might like to just blow in a cup. Put some water, put some soap in, and just have them blow, or on their hand. You could put water and soap and they could blow on their hand, or blow in the sink, and they can just make giant foamy volcanoes and just have a great time with that. When you're finished, all you have to do is wipe off your counter, and you'll have a clean counter. But remember to talk about it and get all those words in that children need in their brains, so that when they get to school, they will have those to connect to words that they sound out and words they learn, and they will be just wonderful readers, scientists, and really, really good at math, because you've done all this with them and they practice it every day. So I'm Iris Caters, and behind the camera is Fran Darling, and we are from Grandparents Teach to Learning Through the Seasons. Have fun.